Hey, it's me. Um, so I decided today I want to do a different kind of video. I know normally I do like CF updates on how my health is doing and stuff, but they've been getting kind of repetitive. And I tried to film this video like, I don't know, a week or two ago, and I did film the whole thing, but it just, I don't know, it didn't seem like good quality. I didn't like it, so I'm redoing it today. But I did something similar to this like, I don't know, months ago. But basically, I wanted to cook a meal for you that I cook for myself because I have CF. I need like extra calories and stuff, so I figure if I show you how to cook stuff with more calories, maybe it would help if you have CF or if you're just interested in different foods or whatever. And of course, like if you don't have CF and this looks good, you can always use like lower calorie ingredients of the same stuff. But yeah, so the last video that I made that was like this, I made chicken and rice, which is what I eat like 80,000% of the time. But today I'm going to be making enchiladas, and I make them probably a little bit different, and I don't know, but I don't use beans, but I don't know. I'll show you, but let's get started. All right, so everything that you're gonna need is right here. You're gonna want 2 pounds of ground beef, which I actually found, I think it's 27% fat and 70, or maybe it's, I don't know, but it's like the highest fat content I could find. So whatever. And then you wanna have 4 taco seasoning mixes. You want to do 2 cups of rice, which I still haven't figured out if I want to do brown rice or white rice. I don't know if you can see in the corner there, that Halloween thingy is filled with rice. And I use jasmine rice typically, but contemplating if I want to use brown, so I'll figure it out. The sour cream, that's actually at the end. That doesn't go in the enchiladas. You want to have 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, 2 cans of enchilada sauce, and 1 or 2 cans of salsa, and then a bag of cheese, or you can even use more cheese if you're trying to get more calories, but, oh, and then tortillas. I think this one only has, it just has 10 tortillas. I can usually fit 9 in a pan, but it just kind of depends, so, yeah, I'll get started and I'll show you what I'm doing. Alright, so right now I have the beef defrosting, the one I couldn't get out of the bag, so we just left it in there, but whatever. And then for the rice, I have a rice cooker, so it's really easy. You just put the stuff in, press down, and then you put the lid on. I decided to use white rice just because, like, that's what I usually do, and I don't feel like fucking it up. And I also, I don't know if you can, well, I'm sure you can, I put 4 tablespoons of butter in there. It helps to add calories. Normally when I cook rice, even if it's not for enchiladas, I'll add 2 tablespoons of butter for every 1 cup of rice. So I have 2 cups of rice in here, and normally when you cook jasmine rice, it says to do 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice, but I like the consistency of 1.5 cups of water to 1 cup of rice, so I only have 3 cups of water in here. Plus, when I cook the meat, I'm using extra taco seasoning, because normally it's like 1 packet for 1 pound, but I'm doing 4 packets for 2 pounds, so the 2 extra packets are to help cover the rice when I dump that and I mix it in. And so what's going to end up happening is, usually it doesn't happen as much at first, but like when I put it in the fridge and let it sit till the next day whenever I'm ready to eat more of it, it'll kind of soak up that taco sauce. And once it does that, then it'll like, if you did 2 cups of water for 1 cup of rice and it soaked up the taco sauce, it's just going to be really soggy and kind of gross. So that's why I use less water. I'm going to put this on, let it go, and I'll get back to you. So here I mixed up 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, 1 can of enchilada sauce, and half the can of salsa. I'm gonna end up using probably about double that, but to mix it all up in this bowl, I felt like it might overflow. The last time I made these, I only used what's in here right now, and it covered everything, but what ended up happening was there just wasn't as much flavor, so what I ended up doing was mixing up extra, and then when I would eat it, I would just dump the extra on, like when I would heat it up and stuff. But it's easier if you just have it all in the dish to begin with. But if you feel like, if you end up making it's not enough sauce, you can always just make extra sauce and dump it on whenever you go to eat it. But that's what I did. What I'm going to do, I can't really film myself doing this, but I'm going to dump part of that into my glass dish or whatever. And then I have one of these like fancy little thingies, and it'll spread it around, so that'll help so that it doesn't burn and it doesn't stick to the thing. And then I'll show you. I'm going to be cooking everything. Oh, I'll get to it, but yeah. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll get back. All right. So this is what they're going to look like right before you put them in. I ended up being able to use all the meat and all the rice, which surprised me. And I did 9 tortillas, and they're like packed full. So this might drip all over the fucking oven. You might not want to do that. Usually I have leftovers. What I did was I put the meat, it was the meat and the rice was in there. I used the rest of what was in the sauce, I put in there, and then I mixed up more. So in total, I probably ended up using about a can and a half of enchilada sauce, cream of mushroom sauce, or soup, and then like 3/4 of a can of salsa, because there's still a little bit left, but that's fine because I can add that later in the week if it seems dry when I reheat it or whatever. And then I also added a little bit of cheese in there, and then I moved it over, and then I have tortillas here, and I put, I don't know how much, but a decent amount on each tortilla, and then I also sprinkled some cheese on the tortilla, or on the inside of the tortilla, wrapped it up, put it in. With every time I would put one in, I'd put more sauce on it so that the enchiladas don't stick together. And then when I was all done, I put probably about half a bag of cheese on top. So I'm gonna figure out what the calories for the whole thing is, and then for each enchilada, so that if you're like counting calories, because a lot of the times I'll count, like, I like to have most of my meals be about 1,000 calories a piece. So when I eat these, a lot of the times I'll eat them with sour cream, because like the last time I made them, it was about 750 calories per enchilada. So then I just use a bunch of sour cream, and that bumps it up to 1,000. But I set the oven to 400. I don't think it really matters, because everything is cooked. The only thing that needs to warm up is the tortillas and the cheese, and I want it to melt nicely. So you could do 350 to 400 or whatever. I usually leave it in, I think, like 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll figure out the calories. I'll let it heat in the oven. I'll take it out, take a pretty picture, and let you know what the calories are for it. All right, I'll be back later. Bye. So I finished the enchiladas. Hold on, let me see if I can. That's kind of a weird. God, how do I do this? Is that a good angle? I don't know. I'll insert the picture if that wasn't a good angle, but. Finished the enchiladas. They smell really good. I'm really excited to eat them. I figured out the calories, and it's roughly 875 calories per enchilada. And then, of course, with the amount of sour cream I put on, it'll be well over 1,000 calories. So that'll be great. But yeah, that's it. They're really easy to make, and it's really nice because, like I said, there's 9 enchiladas here. And I'll eat, usually when I eat them, I'll eat one at a time. So I can have them, they last, if I'm having like 2 a day, they last, what, 4 or 5 days? So it's really nice, and it's like, the price to get everything, I think, I already had the meat, but I got everything else, including sour cream and brown rice, which I didn't need the brown rice, but whatever. It was, I think, right under $20. So $20 to last you like 5 days is really good. If I would have gotten the meat, that would have been like an extra 10, but still, yeah, so, okay, all right, I'm gonna eat, so, I hope you enjoyed watching me cook. Okay, bye.